Dear caregivers, we appreciate your dedication and commitment in providing care to your loved one. But we also understand that at times caregiving could put a lot of stress on you as a caregiver. So, in the next few minutes, I'm going to talk about assistive technology, which not only helps to increase the functional capabilities of your loved one, but directly or indirectly, it will also help to lessen your burden as a caregiver and enhance overall quality of life. Assistive technology, or in short, we call it as AT, is redefining what is possible for children and adults with disability. Assistive technology means any item, piece of equipment, or product, whether acquired commercially off the shelf, modified, or customized, that is used to increase, maintain, or improve the functional capabilities of its user. However, the term assistive technology does not include a medical device that is surgically implanted in the body. Assistive technology has multiple benefits. For example, it helps to reduce dependency on the family member and the caregiver. Secondly, it also reduces the time in performing any activity of daily living tasks. In short, we call it as ADL, such as showering and dressing. It also helps to improve person's participation in community activity. And the good thing is, in the next few slides, you would get to hear about some of such assistive devices available. If we look at the assistive technology hierarchy in this particular slide, you could see that we have a wide range of assistive technology available. And while some could be acquired commercially off the shelf, to other AT devices which could be totally customized for the user. As you saw in the previous slide, that we have a wide range of assistive devices available, but this decision about choosing a particular AT device depends upon multiple considerations, such as the person. In fact, the most important component of this decision-making process. And here we need to consider area of concern or function that we want to improve, and keep in mind person's strength and their current abilities. Also, if there is any preference or interest of the user. The second consideration is the environment where the person will be performing his or her task. It also encompasses what is available and most appropriate in that particular environment. Third consideration is the task. What does the person want or need to be able to do so as to encourage active task participation? And the fourth and the most obvious consideration is the assistive tool that we choose to accomplish that particular task. Our AT device could be low-tech, which could be readily available product, simple to use, can be homemade or purchased. Two, high-tech, which could be specially designed product, typically ordered from a AT manufacturer or the vendor. And most likely, this type of high-tech AT device will have electronic component in it. Now, I will zoom into some specific AT devices which could be useful in enhancing quality of life for a person with specific impairments. For example, a person with hearing impairment would have two major difficulties. The first, difficulty in hearing the information, for example, what someone is telling. The second is difficulty monitoring speech production, what he or she is telling. And in this condition, hearing aids are used to enhance hearing. There are also alerting systems which send an alert signal after a sensor is triggered. For example, after a person had a fall or there is a fire or smoke in the room. There are also AT devices for person with visual impairment. And it could range from very commonly seen eyeglasses and contact lens to less common iPad Braille interface. There are also many technologies available that helps to improve our activity of daily living functioning, which could range from the use of Google Maps, which many of us have used or are using, to the use of reader pen and talking dictionary, and some of the example as you can see in this particular slide. AT devices are also useful for individuals with cognitive impairment. There are many conditions that could affect the cognitive ability of a person, such as dementia, stroke, and developmental disabilities, are to name a few. Cognitive impairment could be present since birth, or it may be acquired during the lifetime due to some injury or disease of the brain. But the good thing is there are many memory aids to facilitate primary memory function, such as auditory alarm on a smartphone, app that will provide you reminders, such as To Do Reminder app, Visual Schedule, and Pictello, which is an interactive storytelling app. Colored glass and headphones are often used for stimuli control in certain conditions. Also, there are some language tools such as AAC device, picture exchange communication system, and text to speech apps such as narrator and voiceover, which comes handy for a person who has communication issues. Also, there are multiple speech to text apps as you can see in this particular slide. There are also many tracking and identification AT devices available in the market. For example, Child Tracker, Safety Jack by Low Jack, and Tattoo with a Purpose are to name a few. With this, we have come to an end of our presentation. So as you saw, the selection of the AT device or the tool largely depend upon the person who is the user, the environment in which it would be used, and the task one intend to perform. So, assistive technology for individual with specific sensory and cognitive impairment allow them to function more independently in their home, community, and school or work domain. This technology provide alternative sensory input and output as well as build information into the environment. Thus, allowing individuals with various disability to find meaning and participate in essential life skills, thus enhancing the quality of a person's life. With this, I end my presentation. Thanks for listening.